No, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home. It's been a long night here and a long night there, and these long, long legs are damn near everywhere. Hold up now, you look good. I will not.
Those long, long legs are everywhere. Let me tell you.
Another song you can't be in a bad mood after
You
listen to.
cannot be in a bad mood when that song comes
We've
back
got
in.
callers waiting. So
we do have callers waiting, so we're going to get right into them. I guess first up we have Mary. She is on the line. Mary, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing great. We're doing great. It's been a while since you've been on the show.
I know. So I was just wondering, what's the current inventory of homes in the Woodlands at this point?
We know somebody is here in the studio, and she immediately saw the question, because for those who listen to us, the question gets prompted up on a screen, and Christy immediately went out there and said, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this question. So, Christy, we'll let you take over.
Well, I am also not just a volunteer, but I am a realtor, so and I work a lot. So, of course, I saw a question that I could help you with. Interesting enough, though, the MLS stats just came out this week from HR, and over the city, the months of inventory had kind of fluctuated between 3.0, 3.5, meaning how many months it would take to get rid of all the inventory you have. And it settled down to an average about 3.3. Interesting is that the Woodlands is right there. It's 3.2. I looked at from year on in, from last year to this year, 3.2 months of inventory. And then I pulled up the specific stats on the Woodlands. Right now, the Woodlands in general, we're talking new homes, resale homes, everything. You've got about 453 homes listed right now. And interesting enough, if you look at the solds for the last 6 months, the days on market for the solds averaged about 80 days. But we're looking right now, and the average, and it does include new construction, which does skew the numbers a bit, but it's 103. So that's a different story from what's sold and what we hear. And I'm telling my clients now on the west side of town is that it depends on what segment of the market you're in, what your price is. If you're priced, the city as a whole, if you're priced from 1 to 79,000, which is almost impossible to find in our market, the volume of sales have decreased 40% just because they're just that animal is not there anymore. From 80 to 150, it's decreased by 16%, and that's scarcity. They just can't find those properties to buy. The city is losing a bit of its affordability edge. From 150 to 249. Sales volume has increased 8.8%, so that is a very hot segment of our market. 250 to 500 decreased just 1%, so it's kind of flatlined at the 250 to 499, and then 500 and above. And this is, you have a lot of luxury inventory and property up in the Woodlands that hit that price point and up, and that has decreased 9.3% in volume. So what that means is probably a little bit longer on the market, could mean some softening of pricing, or maybe incentive-based offerings to the buyer's agent, these type of things we haven't seen in our market in a while, but they have returned. And so it's not bad news. It's just different news.
It's not when that person lists the house and they're calling the realtor, my house has been on the market for 2 hours. Where's my 6 contracts? That's not happening out there anymore.
That's not happening anymore. That's too bad.
I got to tell you, 3.3 months is still a seller's market. 6 months is a balanced market. So we still need inventory out there, people. So don't be afraid to put it on the market.
So it is a good time to put your house on the market.
Yes, it is. It's
and
just,
of course, I think everyone should stage their home if they really want to get the highest price.
All
for
about
it.
the staging.
Really?
All about the staging.
well,
Tell
one
me
of the,
about
Yes.
the staging.
Yeah. How's business, Mayor?
Actually, the staging business is really pretty good right now because with houses sitting on the market a little longer than they were, people are saying, what can I do to differentiate my house? And it's about making that house really look great. We just had a house in actually Glenlock that was on the market for a year. New realtor, we came in, staged that house in less than 4 hours, and she had a full price contract that weekend. And
Wow.
Well, I'm sitting right next to somebody
really
who is
makes
a
difference.
firm believer in stages every listing she takes and has been doing it since I've known her.
yeah.
Awesome.
Mary, I always hire a professional stager. I mean, I've taken the courses, I could do it, but I believe in delegating the expertise. And in this market, as we're coming into, it's going to become more and more crucial because buyers are now going to have a little bit more control over what they buy instead of just buying the one home they can
especially
get.
in the high end. You get that 700 and up,
Yep.
and they are not going to be flying off the shelves.
And when you look at a seller who's got a lot of money invested and sitting on the market in $1 million or $600,000 home, they need to look at the expenses of that and what it would cost to truly prepare it and sell it versus hold it. And I think your industry, your market is going to be really hot this year. And I encourage all realtors to align themselves with a good stager to get those properties sold. And I think sellers should anticipate that as well.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And I think it's so important because, it's like, as you said, it's generally a person's largest investment. And it's like, when you're going to sell a car, you always go and detail that car. You need to detail your house just like you detail a car for sale.
That's,
and
a great example.
Well, and I gave your name out the other day, Mary, to a big producer who was looking for a great stager. So Renee will probably be giving you a call, and she has one she needs you to work on.
Thank you.
Because
that's fabulous. Well,
have we made the big announcement?
That's how the Rat Pack rolls, man.
Have we made the big announcement about your?
I don't think we made the announcement yet. No,
I don't know if we have.
I'm coming on in April.
In April, we have
New
a
sponsor.
new sponsor with the Real Estate Rat
so
Pack.
Excited.
Yeah, we're excited too. We're excited too. Yeah. Christy's already positioned. You go. You got to talk to her about Tree Pack.
Yeah. Mary, you set yourself up. You're gonna have you're gonna have a good year in real estate. And I always tell everyone, if real estate has been good to you, you need to be good back to the consumers, and the pack is the way to go.
There you go.
I would absolutely agree. And you have two major investors from an affiliate perspective sitting right here.
Yeah, and
aside
from
our two other major investors who are realtors here in the studio.
Well,
so.
she's a major investor, right?
Major.
Yes, major.
I actually
and all that stuff.
I actually serve on the NAR Major Investor Council.
That is the National Association.
That is the National Association of Realtors. So my job is to enroll realtors, member class people, to become major investors because they're the ones who get it.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Mary, we appreciate.
We'll be talking.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I can't wait to join y'all. Okay.
Awesome. We're looking forward to it, Mary.
Thanks, guys.
You take care.
Thank you very much,
Bye-bye.
Mary.
Great friend.
Yes.
She's a customer of mine. She's an inspiration and now a sponsor.
And
now a sponsor
very
of the
involved with
Rat Pack.
WCR. So.
Yep. Very good. We're going right into another caller right here. We have the great Jody Manfred calling in. She is a great agent
This is
up on
our very own Jody, isn't
our
it?
very own Jody. Jody, how you doing?
Hey, how are my favorite guys in real estate doing this morning?
We're doing awesome.
Doing very good. How have you been this morning?
I'm great. I've really enjoyed listening to the show. You guys are on an important topic today.
Well,
Indeed.
it's one of those things we tell everybody is getting involved with Tree Pack, understanding what the Political Action Committee does and how it does it, and the involvement that you can do, not only as an affiliate from my perspective and Tim's perspective, but also as an agent yourself and Rob and Christy.
Here's the
it's
saying.
amazing. Yes.
If you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
That is correct. Well, I'm at the table.
You're at the table.
So and Jody and I, Jody and I do a lot of business together. In fact, before we do go much further, I do want Jody. She sent me a text yesterday, and I'm going to insert this in here. Talk about that listing you just got, by the way. It looked incredible. I have to say that to her because it's amazing.
It's amazing. We've actually got a couple right now, and that are over there in the gated areas of Kingwood. These gated communities are gorgeous. Kingwood is, in my opinion, the best kept secret of Houston.
It's the livable
and with 99
forest.
opening up, it's a really good commute no matter which way you're going. But that house, it's at 10 Kings Lake Estates Boulevard. It just went live last night, listed at $1.96 million. This house is almost brand new. It was just recently constructed. It's on almost 2 acres. I can't even hardly explain. I mean, you just have to see it to believe it. It's like rustic, twisted with elegant and luxurious. I mean, it's gorgeous. But please go online and look at it if you're in that price range. We've got that one, and we also have one that's on the water over there that's on 1.5 acres on the lake. Beautiful property, very private. That house has an elevator. I mean, just everything you can possibly want, and it's like a destination at home. It's gorgeous, gorgeous views.
Jody, is that something you're going to do an open house on anytime soon?
Absolutely. And what I'll do, obviously, is probably not going to be something public, but we're going to do something and invite in, our realtors and brokers and affiliates and let everybody take a look. It's just a gorgeous house. Definitely something to be seen. And we don't see a lot of them that are brand new. So it really takes more of a modern, what we're seeing in construction now, feel to it. And I mean, that house is just, it gives you so many ideas. Even if you're not in the price range, it's just gorgeous.
Well, if you do open house, the pack will show up.
We will absolutely show up, by the way.
Well,
whether you want us to or not.
No doubt about that.
Well,
we do have, real quickly, I do have an open house today on the water. Anybody in the Kingwood, Atascocita area, it's at 20242 Atascocita Lake Way from 10 to 2. And that's an open water view, so it's just gorgeous. And it's a pretty day to stop by.
Yep.
Well, let me tell you, Jody, you dominate up there. It's amazing to see some of the listings that you get and some of the deals you do. I personally appreciate the relationship we have. One of the things, and I know here we have 2 agents here that they want to talk to you about as well is, one of the things that we're talking about today is also tree pack, and you mentioned it's a very, very important item that we do. In fact, Christy was sitting there, and trust me, you've got the past chairwoman of Tree Pack right here. You wanted to do a big shout out to her and let her know how important it is to get involved.
Well, of course, Jody and we really appreciate all of our working realtors in the city. With 33,000 members of HAR, you guys are the workhorse of our industry. I just want to ask you, do your consumers understand how important what we're doing is on their behalf? I mean, do you explain that to them?
I really don't think that everybody does understand, but more importantly, it's almost like until you get into a situation, then you start paying attention to what's going on with the legislator, what these issues are, and you start paying attention. Well, and I would like to get more involved if you've got involved.
The magic word.
But let me explain a little bit. Is that the good thing about the PAC is you do not have to pay attention because we have full-time folks watching everything that comes out of the legislature and watching on behalf of the consumer and the industry. And all we ask for you to do is be involved financially if you cannot volunteer.
Don't we have an event coming up in March?
We do. We have a major investor event coming up at Tony's.
She's mine, by the way.
All right. Okay. We will see you there, Jody.
Okay, I look forward to it. I look forward to learning more about this. And like I said, it's until you have a situation. I mean, actually, Chris was involved recently. I have a client that had recently purchased a home, was looking at options, and unfortunately, they're not very good. And it all has to do with legislature.
Indeed.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Jody, for all those who are listening who want to go out there and visit and they need to get more information, how can they reach you if you don't mind?
Always on my website, the easiest way to look at these properties. It's jodymanfred.com and Jody with an I, JODIMANFRED.com.
Jody Manfred, the great Jody Manfred with the Doug Erdy Group. Jody, thanks a lot for calling in as usual.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. You guys have a great day.
Likewise, and we'll get you an invite to that next major investor Tree Pack event, by the way. Rob's already got dibs on you. Don't know how that happened.
I look forward to it.
I don't get anything for it except brownie points. That's it.
Absolutely. Good deal, Jody. Well, thanks a lot. You rock.
All right. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
You too.
Chris, we're coming up against a break.
We are coming up against another break. Time flies. You're having fun, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What you wanna do, baby?